Assalamualaikum girls. Today we are going to discuss unit number 4, that is poem. The title of the poem is Hope is the Thing with Feathers. Okay, let's recite the poem first. Hope is the thing with feathers that persists in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I have heard it in the chilliest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. First discuss the theme. Major themes in hope is the thing with feathers. Hope is the major theme that runs throughout the poem. Emily says that hope resides in the hearts for good. It liberates us from despair and gives us strength to move on. It only empowers us and in turn demands nothing. Now here the poem is basically revolving about hope. If we have hope, we can do each and everything, whether we are facing hurdles in our life. We should not lose hope. Instead of it, we should have hope for the bright future. Even it liberates us from despair. It liberates us from grief. It liberates us from the worries of life. Because if we are hopeful that we can do each and everything with strong will, we can overcome every hurdle of life, every problem of life, and in return it is demanding nothing, and it is the only thing that empowers us, that empowers our mind, our heart. So there should be a hope inside in our heart if we want to face anything in our life. Now let's discuss the summary. Hope is the main idea and the bird is a metaphor defining hope. Here Emily has used bird as a metaphor because she is comparing two different things by not using like or as. So here she is giving us an idea of hope through a bird. Whatever is being said of the bird applies to hope, and application to hope is point to the point. She emphasizes that hope endures under the most difficult circumstances, even under fear. Means if we have inside in our heart hope, it will remain there even if we are fearful, even we are facing any kind of danger. That hope will overcome that fear. In the time of greatest challenges, and hope sustains and keep us warm. It empowers us and in return demands nothing. Hope has been personified to show its importance to the weak soul. She introduces metaphor in 2 lines and throughout the poem it develops. Now here it is what keeps us warm, what keeps us stay alive or keeps us positive. It is all about hope. If we are hopeful that we can overcome each and everything, or we can overcome the danger, in the end we will be a successful one, we will be a happier one. So we should not lose hope. Here Emily has used different kinds of figure of speeches here, like personification, metaphor, alliteration, in order to give strength to her idea of hope. Stanza 1 is all about a song. She is going to use a word song for the hope, which means it is a song of hope. Hope for Dickinson sings its wordless tune and never stops singing it. Nothing can phase it. Means if we are hopeful, if we are positive, nothing can be turned out negative. In other words, hope does not communicate by speaking. It is a feeling that cheers us even in dark times of despair. Means it is something that we have to develop from inside. It is a great feeling. It is a feeling that is full of happiness, that overcomes the feeling of despair, the feeling of grief. In stanza 2, this is a metaphor for those times in life when trouble seems to toss you around and you don't even know where you will land when things come down. By this, the poet means the hardest, unbearable, and challenging circumstances that come at least once in every person's life. In our life or in person's life, everyone always faces some kind of hurdles once in their lives. But what is their treatment against that situation? How do they treat that situation? Whether they are treating it in positive way, whether they are treating it in negative way. If you have any hope to reform your things or reform your situation, you can do the best one, or you can be a successful person. But if you lose hope, or if you develop negative elements in your personality, negativity in your mind, then things will turn out to be a negative one. How? Everything will be distorted, everything will be in destructive, will go in a destructive way. So we should have some kind of hope in ourselves, in our abilities, inside in our heart and mind, to overcome the problems of our life. In stanza 3, the speaker has heard the bird during the hardest, coldest time, when emotions are shaking and is life strange. But even when things are extreme, hope is still there and never asks for anything. Again, the speaker is emphasizing on the point to not lose hope in your darkest time of life, or in the hardest or coldest time, when all of your things are getting in a wrong way, or the emotions and are shaking, and your life is also shaking, it is in a disarray. At that time of your life, you should not lose hope. There are some questions I have explained for you, so that you will get better concept related to the poem, what the poem is all about. First question is, why is hope compared to a bird? In this poem, hope, an abstract word meaning desire or trust, is described metaphorically as having the characteristic of a bird. A tangible, living creature. The word bird is rich with connotation. Birds are often viewed as free and self-reliant, or as symbols of spirituality. So here, hope is something that is positive, that is related to your spiritual element. Means it is described in a positive way, in a positive feeling. So here, as you know, that bird is a living thing that is free from all the things, or that is free in nature, that flies high in the sky. Like that, we should have hope to fly like a bird, that we can also fly high in our life, or high in the sky. Next question is, what is the meaning of the poem Hope by Emily Dickinson? In the poem, hope is metaphorically transformed into a strong bird that lives within the human soul. Now here, Emily has described that we should have hope like a free bird, as the bird is a free-spirited animal, or you can say is a free-spirited living being. Like that, we should have souls. We should be free from all the worries. We should lead a life that is full of happiness, instead of spreading worries in our life. We should lead a life that is full of positivity. For that, hope is essential, and hope is the only power that can changes our circumstances of life, that can changes the situations of our life. Next question is, why is hope the sweetest thing in the gale? Now gale is kind of storm. Even in the depths of despair, the poem seems to say people can still have hope, and this hope will sustain them. Indeed, the bird sings sweetest in the storm. In other words, hope shows its importance in times of adversity and seems to guide people through that adversity. So it is the only hope that will that is the hope that will only put an impact on human being, that it will save that human being from the time of despair, from the time of adversity. What kind of song is the poet talking about? Song of Hope sings its wordless tune and never stops singing it. Nothing can phase it. Song of Hope does not communicate by speaking to us in a conventional sense. It is a feeling that cheers us even in the dark times of despair. I have already explained this answer to you. How does fear affect one's ability to remain hopeful? Fear prepares us to react to danger. Now, it is a human being quality. Whenever a human being faces fear, automatically that fear is overcome by by hope, or to face the challenges of life. So it automatically turns the negative thing into a positive one. Once we sense a danger, our body releases hormones that slow or shut down functions not needed for survival, sharpen functions that might help us survive. So here, hope is basically something, or it is a positive thing that turns the negative situation into a positive one. Gale, what is gale compared to why gale is compared to a life? A gale is very strong wind, much like you would find it in a hurricane or a tornado. This is a metaphor for those times in life when trouble seems to toss you around and you don't even know where you will land when things calm down. Hopefully, girls, you have understood the poem very well. Go through these links, or go through these clips. You will be able to find out what the poem is about, or it will clear your concept and difficulties.